Yo, already in the place to be. What up? We finally live after 2 weeks. You see how they put me in jail for 2 damn weeks? 2 weeks. YouTube is with the bullshit, y'all. Come on in. What up? Who was that? Scotty Saturn. What up, brother? How you doing? Oh, man, y'all about to try to make me... Michelle, what up, girl? 7 Cap Sun Moon, what up? How y'all's doing, man? You see how they had your boy on timeout? On YouTube timeout? Because YouTube is with the bullshit. Come on in, man. Man, so if I seem a little off today, it's because your boy got hit by a car yesterday driving a scooter. So I may be moving around a little bit, try to adjust my situation. Lady hit me with coming off, she wasn't paying attention. So she hit me when I was driving my scooter. So be careful out there. Y'all niggas need to be careful. Y'all riding them damn scooters, them pay scooters. Make sure y'all pay attention, man, because a lot of people ain't paying attention when they riding in them cars. They don't give a shit about your ass. So make sure you looking, because goddamn, I got smashed yesterday. So be careful, people. So one thing I want to say, last time I did a live, I mentioned the Know Your Rights Foundation, and then they they put me on probation literally right after that video, like 2 days after that video, after I did the Dr. G interview. So I did a video on Saturday, 9/11, I think when I did it. Then on the Tuesday, I did Dr. G's video, but that's actually when they suspended my channel, was on that Tuesday. So when that happened, I mentioned the Know Your Rights Foundation on both of those videos, and then got disconnected from the public. But what happened was there was a messaging problem. If you guys had went to the website, this is for the people who went to the Know Your Rights Foundation.org website. If you went to the website and you placed the order, or you put in something for a volunteer, there was something wrong with the messaging. So we didn't actually know there were people going to the website until a couple of days ago. So anybody who ordered something from the Know Your Rights Foundation, your order is in the mail, it's on its way. And the volunteers, anybody who hit us up for volunteers, we got those messages, which were a lot of you, which I appreciate, man. So many of y'all hit us up to be volunteers, which is off the chain. And I know we're going to get more. So we're sorting everybody out. And so we're making sure that we're able to contact everybody. We're going to do it in an orderly fashion, make sure we contact everybody and make sure that we get everybody down and what you want to do and how you can be able to help. So if you're wondering what happened to your email or something like that, that's what happened. We weren't just like, oh, we don't give a shit about you niggas. No, we didn't get anybody's email till a couple of days ago. We just found out. so bear with us. We just got it up, and so there's some glitches in the websites when you first get it going. So just make sure y'all. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me see. Is that a little bit better? All right. So make sure you bear with us, because we are a new foundation, y'all. So but thank everybody for volunteering. It was really overwhelming. It was a whole lot of y'all who really wanted to volunteer, who did volunteer, and so appreciate that. So like I said, I'm back out of YouTube prison. These niggas at BitchTube, goddamn. What in the hell? What up, Tish? These niggas is crazy. It's going down now, y'all. It's a battle for your soul. It's a battle for your soul. YouTube is battling for your soul, y'all. So they're trying to shut shit down. I don't know if y'all found out or you heard, but they had some new rules, so you may not hear me talking about shit no more, y'all. Or I may have to come up with a lot more colorful language to describe what I wants to tell y'all from now on. So, you know, the information may come in different ways. But they cracked down, so they don't want any more anti-hokey information on YouTube. So that's all across the board. That's not even including just the, the Roro. That's all V's across the board. They don't want you talking nothing or adversely about it. So if you say one thing, they're talking about they'll kick your whole channel off, no matter what. No strikes, none of that shit. So they're getting pressure from the Biden administration because their propaganda is not working. Their propaganda ain't working. Ain't nobody like taking that shit. Like, nigga, I ain't fucking taking that shit. Cops, nurses, city work firemen, everybody around the country is like, nigga, nah. Like, nigga, nah. We ain't taking that shit. We'll just go on strike, nigga. No, we're not, It's not going down. So they had to get a little more gangster with it. And so this is how the government subverts your constitutional rights. And we're going to get into this in a little bit. But how they subvert your constitutional rights, how they've figured out how to do it, because, America, you have something that most people don't have in other countries. You have this constitution. Other countries have constitutions, but the fact that your states were sovereign countries before they came together to form a federal government means something. Other countries don't have that. You have a state that has the full power first, then the federal government. So what they're trying to do is they say, okay, well, we can't legally come in and put the foot down on citizens because we don't have control over citizens in the state. The federal government just doesn't do that. Doesn't have, on the surface, on the top, they don't have federal control. But what they do is they have mechanisms where they can control those governments. Like if they're getting federal funding, they can say, look, nigga, you want this money, nigga? Hey, nigga, you know you want this money. Want this money? Well, you better start shooting niggas up. Hey, nigga, start shooting niggas up. You want this money? So they can do that, or federal guidelines and laws and shit like that. So YouTube, they don't want to get, and this not just YouTube. This is all the other social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook. They're so big now that they've really become public utilities. Basically, they're public utilities. Everyone knows they're a public utility. Everyone in the government knows they're public utilities. But what they're doing is they don't want to be classified as public utilities because then that would put them under constitutional law. Just like the phone company, they can't kick you off. They can't kick you off the line because they don't like a conversation that you're having about the V with a friend. They can't kick you off because they're a public utility, because they have to abide by constitutional law and shit like that. You have a First Amendment right, especially when they're under a public utility. You're under sort of the guideline as a government utility. So YouTube and all these companies don't want to be placed as that. Facebook has been on. They've had Facebook on what is called under grand jury, testifying in front of the Congress so many damn times in the last few years, explaining, especially when Trump was in office, explaining how Facebook helped him get placed in office because of the fake, or what they call it, the fake news that was going around on Facebook, that all these bots were able to come in and create these fake profiles and stuff like that and help boost Trump's popularity where he got elected. Also help take down Hillary's, her reputation by putting out a bunch of bullshit about Hillary. Whether it was bullshit or not, who knows? But putting out a bunch of stuff about Hillary that, that kind of soiled your opinion of Hillary. So they were on the grand jury for, you know, the last couple of years. So, you know, at least 3 or 4 times. Mark Zuckerberg is trying so hard not to be classified as a public utility because they're monopoly. So they don't want to get broken up and then put under that guise. So they're going to comply right now with the government. They're going to be used as a government tool. They're like, all right, look, whatever you want us to do, we'll do it. Because they're trying to stay off the hot seat. They're trying to stay out the lava room. And so YouTube is no different. YouTube has the biggest control pretty much probably in the world, them and Facebook, over the minds over billions of people in the world. Billions of people in the world. And so they don't want, like I said, they don't want to be broken up or classified as a public utility. So what they do, if the administration comes and be like, yo, nigga, you better put the lockdown on these niggas, for sure. So you can't say nothing no more on YouTube or you out the game, which is some bullshit. There's going to be a lot of karma that comes back behind this. But so we got to get fancy and funky with how we talk. You know what I mean? This is how this is how melanated people do. We change and switch our language up at a moment's notice. we just do that. So, you know, you may hear me saying hokey one day and I may call it something else the next day. So just be able to ride the wave with me. But we're not going to talk adversely about it. I'm just going to report the information and let you go look it up for yourself. Because at this point, there's so much information about, you know, what it is that you guys can find it for yourself now. You guys don't even need me to break it down to you anymore. You guys can go find out. But a great place to go look this up, go to Project Veritas. I don't know if you guys have heard about their channel, or go to their projectveritas.com too. That's their website. So Project Veritas, they just put out this nurse who broke down. Oh, who was that? Roger, appreciate you, brother. So they just put out this nurse who works at one of the hospitals, who did an expose of everything that's going on in the hospital. This is the Fed hospital. So y'all go check that out. I don't know if they took the video. I'm sure they took the video down by now. They kept it up for a long time on YouTube. It got like 5 million views the last time I had seen it. But on their YouTube channel, Project Veritas, their YouTube channel, go look at that video. If not, it's on their website. But she took a video camera into the hospital and got all these people breaking down what's really going on in there. And man, they ain't reporting a whole bunch of stuff. It is going down. Go watch that video, because, you know, the numbers that, you know, that are coming out, they're on the Cat Dog Cat website. You can go look it up, but they're not reporting it in the news. But you can go to the Cat Dog Cat website and look at the numbers on, you know, the adverse reactions after they didn't take the hokey. So that's on you. That's information. That's public information that everybody can go look up that they want you to know. There's a website that helps you make sense of those numbers. That's called OpenVAERS. So the word open, VAERS. Okay, OpenVAERS.com. And that's a bunch of doctors who go to the Cat Dog Cat Agency, get that information, and then make sense of it. Because if you go to the Cat Dog Cat Agency, you got to go through a whole bunch of links and all this type of stuff to figure out what they're talking about. It's all technical data. On this website, they just compile the numbers and show you what's what. So we go there and look at how many reactions have happened. That's all on, again, this is public information reported by the Cat Dog Cat Agency. So this is no opinion. This is what they've been reporting. Now, again, just because they report, they'll tell you because it's reported doesn't mean that these people kicked the bucket because of it. But they will tell you if they find a speck of something in your body, that means you have that. So I don't know how that works. If you got a speck of this in your body, that means that you kicked the bucket because of it. But if you kicked the bucket after you took this, then it necessarily doesn't mean that you, it doesn't necessarily mean it was that. I don't know how that logic goes, but this is what they're putting on the website. So you go look up and go find it for yourself. But you can see those numbers, and that's why a lot of people, this information is out there. It's not being reported on like CNN or anything like that. They're finding their own information. And so, the mainstream media is not the main way people are getting information no more. It's like CNN or something like that. There was a number that came out. CNN, the amount of viewers they get is the same amount as like The Hill on the internet, on YouTube. The Hill YouTube channel, or they're two cats from The Hill. They do breaking points right now. So like a few 100,000 views. This is what YouTube channels get now. So it's showing you that the media or people are really going to alternative news to really find their source. And this is why that shit is halted, which is why they done created this massive push with these corporations to come in and smack down on you. So we're gonna have to find different ways in order to be able to pull this out. And you see, I mean, there's a massive push coming right now. So they just got your boy LeBron. He came out, he gave it up. Your boy LeBron, he had to give it up. He had to bend it over, y'all. He was trying to hold out, but he want that 5th ring. He want to be considered better than Jordan, which he ain't even in the same class. He ain't better than Kobe, and Kobe's better than Jordan. I don't give a shit what none of y'all niggas say. Kobe's the greatest player of all time. We can talk about that later. But LeBron, he had to take it. Or at least he had to say he was taking it. Who knows if he did it or not. But they had to come to him like, nigga, you better say that you doing this. But then, what's the adverse? What's the opposite of that? The opposite of that is Kyrie. Kyrie is like, nigga, I ain't taking that shit. I'll retire first. That's my people. Aries. We don't bow down, bitches. That's what's up, Kyrie. That's right, baby. So, these are the two archetypes they got right now. Now they make Kyrie the villain. He has the black hat on, especially now he plays for the Nets, so he has the black uniform. And then bitch Bron is over here with the Lakers in the gold uniform. Now you got your good guy and your bad guy. The good guy is taking it. He's announced that he's taking it. Now he did come out and say, look, I'm doing what's best for me and my family. I ain't telling you what to do. You do your own shit. So I'll say that, because he knows how sensitive that shit is. But even him just coming out and saying it, people hearing that, knowing his influence, that, they'll pick that up and it'll influence a lot of people to do it. So he's in a catch-22 with that. He wants to be, when you join the Boule ring, when you join the Boule circle, you got to do what you got to do. So, but that's why I say, hey, I applaud Kyrie. Kyrie is like, nigga, you can take all this shit. I don't give a shit. I'll retire today, nigga. Yo, Renzo, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Kyrie is like, I'm out. What y'all want to do? As soon as you say it's mandated, nigga, I'm out. So, shout out to my boy Kyrie, my Aries people. We don't bow down, bitches. But, this is where it's going. This is the big split that's coming. And we're going to talk about the downfall of America. That's one of the major points I want to make. What's coming for America. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but, off this last 2 weeks, I'm peeping so much stuff. You got to understand where we're getting ready to go with this shit. But before that, so there's a judge that used to be on Fox News. His name is Judge Napolitano. Y'all need to if people who mess with the law, go look up Judge Napolitano. That dude is off the chain. He's a ex-judge for like 25, 30 years, but then he's a constitutional professor also. So he knows pretty much damn near everything about the Constitution. So he's breaking off the other day how them forcing you to get the HOKEY is unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. Now, what happens is they'll use the Supreme Court case of Jacobson versus Massachusetts. That's in 1905, where smallpox outbreak happened. And, oh, man, appreciate you. Mac Raymond. Oh, and Farmer V. Appreciate y'all, man. So there was a smallpox outbreak. And Jacobson, this dude, he didn't want to get the V. And so the city sued him. They basically prosecuted him, and he sued back saying that it was a violation of his constitutional rights. But he lost in that case. So right, and they basically they didn't make him get it, but they fined him. So in the case they didn't make him, they didn't. It wasn't a force, a taking of his liberty, a force on his liberties to be able to get it, to have to get it. But they did he killed that whole noise. Killed the whole noise, Judge Napolitano. Now, as I'm doing these live streams, YouTube will cut out a lot of my shit. So if my shit gets cut out, y'all better be recording it because YouTube cuts out a lot on the replay. As I put this back up or when they upload it, some of my stuff gets cut out mysteriously. So y'all just make sure y'all recording. But Napolitano, he said that he put out 2 cases. He broke down how that case had been overruled with 2 cases, Roe versus Wade and Griswold versus Connecticut. These are 2 Supreme Court cases that overruled that case. These are cases that say you have a personal right to your personal liberty on your body. You have a right to the privacy of your body, to rule to the autonomy of your body. This is why Roe versus Wade gave the power, basically said abortion, it basically allowed abortion, basically put the power within the states. But so made abortion legal. It didn't really make abortion legal, just put the power in the states. And so, but it basically said that you have a right to your own body. You have the right to the personal liberty of your own body. Griswold versus Connecticut, same thing. They came in, they were trying to force people to get contraceptives in Connecticut. This is crazy in the 60s. Back in the 60s, they didn't want you to even use rubbers in the 60s because they believed they were really super Christian and they believed that if you use rubber, you were taking away God's choice of life. So they were really hardcore against this shit. And so they came and they ruled that so basically Griswold versus Connecticut is basically your rights that are not enumerated in the Constitution. Basically saying that you have inalienable rights that are not in the Constitution, that are not written down, that you still are entitled to, which is the personal liberty on your body. So these 2 cases overruled the Jacobson case. And so what happens is you would probably win if you challenged these mandated HOKEYs, right? But no one is doing that because it takes time to go to court and challenge it, and they know that. They know you're not going to take the time to go to court and do all that and get a lawyer, or you have enough money to do all that shit. They know you're not going to do that, so they'll just threaten you with, all right, nigga, I'm going to do it, and you do what you want to do. Nigga, if you can come after me, come after me. But nigga, I know you can't. So this is why it's so important for you guys to know the law right now. What you don't understand is they are trying to strip your rights like a stolen car. Your rights are like a Lamborghini. And what they're doing is they know that shit is off the chain. Lambo, off the chain. Ain't nobody doubting the Lambo is off the chain. But if you don't know you have a Lambo, can you use the Lambo? No. That's what most people's rights are like right now. Like gold. It's like gold that you have sitting under your house. You got trillions of dollars worth of gold sitting under your house, but you don't know it. How easy would it be for me to get that gold from you if you don't know that you got a pile of gold sitting in your house? All I got to do is send you to the Bahamas on vacation. Like, hey, nigga, send you a free trip to the Bahamas. You be like, oh, nigga, I just want a free trip to the Bahamas. Hey, nigga, we going to the Bahamas. Nigga, this is off the chain. You going to go to the Bahamas, have a great time, chill out in the sun, do everything, get your freak on in the hotel room. You going to have a great time. While you doing that in the Bahamas, I'm excavating this gold under your damn house. Like, hey, nigga, I'm paying for your damn trip to the Bahamas with the gold under your house. That's what your rights are like. They are stripping your right. They are literally jacking the gold under your house. That foundation. Your rights are your foundation within this system. And they know you don't give a shit about them when they know you don't know anything. They know you don't. So if you don't know them, it's so easy for them to take them away from you. You didn't know you had that right. By the time you knew, it's already gone. You're like, damn, nigga, I could have done that. Well, not now. You can't do it now. Well, you could. You used to be able to do it, nigga, last week, but nigga, not today. That's how this shit goes. They count on your apathy for the law, your ambivalence. Like, nigga, whatever. Nigga, fuck that shit, nigga. As long as these niggas ain't coming after me, I don't give a shit what that shit say. But then you get real big. Your eyes get like, oh, nigga, oh, nigga, this is, when the popo came after you, you be like, oh shit, nigga, what's that law? Hey, Cam, hey, nigga, what was that Supreme Court case? When y'all niggas start getting into some real shit, then the law get real. Learn that shit. Learn what your rights are before they come after them. Before the bulldozer, the excavator come for all the gold under your house. you got to get your own, make your own goddamn your own vault. But this is what they're coming for. So for the people who wanted the religious exemption letter, make sure you guys go to thehealthyamerican.org. Okay, thehealthyamerican.org. There's a woman and a pastor. There's a couple. They got a church out here in California, out in Orange County, California, and they're offering religious exemptions. So you can go there. I'm going to put the link in the description box below, but you can go there and become a part of their church and get a religious exemption letter. Now, of course, it costs money. I think it's like $50, but they got different ones. Depending on how deep you want to go with the letter. But they're offering it, and it's working. The religious exemption signed by a pastor. You're a part of their congregation. Boom. And they know the law really well too. This is all the laws in there, breaking that shit down. Boom, it's all in there. So you can get that if you need it. It's called, but you can go, if you don't want to wait for me to put the link, just go to thehealthyamerican.org. Thehealthyamerican.org, and that shit should come up. All right. So we're talking about, so what's all this, everything that's going on. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to all the shit that's going on, but America is on the downswing. If it's a stock, America is like this. it is trending down like a motherfucker. Its citizens are at war with each other. No country can stand when the citizens are at war with each other. That's just how no house can stand. Nothing can stand. If you're at war with each other, you can't. If you're at war with yourself, you're going to be sick. If you're not in harmony, if whatever you're trying to do, if you don't have a harmonic base that you're coming from, it's going to fall. And so that's where we are right now. It was starting with the racial thing. It started real big maybe a few years ago when somebody was heard, one of the college students was heard on a bus saying he didn't want no niggers in his fraternity. Funny how somebody just caught that in the back, and then that became this big giant story. Then racism was put back in the forefront, as there's this big racial divide. Now before that, it wasn't out there like that. But then that incident happened, race became this major fucking story. They started pumping it. Race. Again, this creates this divide in the people. Then that was the race. Then they started coming in with the alphabet community. The alphabet community came in, they want their rights. And so then, that flips up, that start to flip up the people who are against that, the traditional people. So then you got that against each other. So, then they came with the gender swapping, and all the rest. I mean, so much stuff that has nothing to do with how your country is really run. But it gets you niggas emotional and fighting against each other so that the people who are in control, they can just drive the car while you fighting in the back seat. You ain't got to worry about you. You're like, oh, these niggas still fighting? All right. Like, nigga, hey, nigga, keep him down back there, nigga. These motherfuckers. So that's what they doing. They cruising while you niggas fighting in the back seat. Not worrying about who driving the car, where the fuck you going, or if you gonna crash or not. But when you have, then they're pumping into the society, taking away the masculine energy of the male. That's a major thing. If y'all don't understand that push that's going on, it is a major thing, flipping it from the masculine to the feminine. Remember, we were in a patriarchal society. They're moving this to a feminine dominated energy within America. Why? Because the feminine energy is nurturing. At its base, feminine, it nurtures the baby, the child, right? And so it's not aggressive. It's not revolutionary. The man is the aggression. It's the revolutionary. He wants to take shit out and rip shit up and turn over shit and go out and seek and destroy. That's the masculine energy. So if you take that away, then your desire to revolt when you're getting the smash down put on you is going to be very low. So let's throw all these niggas in skinny jeans and take away the gender identity. There's no difference between male and female. Nigga, really? Can a man have a baby? And can a woman fertilize an egg on her own? No. Then there's a difference between those two. But they'll sit up here and try to make you think there's no difference, and nature is elementary and primeval and old and outdated, and we're gonna fix nature. Nature's wrong. Nature been right, nigga. Nature got it wrong this whole goddamn time. But we've been alive for 2 days. But we got it though, nigga. We've been alive for 2 days, nigga. But nigga, that 2 days, what we learned in that 2 days, goddamn, nigga, nature is full of shit. We gonna change this whole shit. So when you started getting like this, again, this is this society, what they're pumping. Then in other countries like Russia and what was it? In China, they're taking their feminine men off the air. They're not promoting that. In China, they created a law. There's no more feminine men. You a feminine man, you can't be on TV no more. Why? Because they see America. They study America and wonder how, okay, if America became the superpower by doing this, then we're going to do all of that same shit. If they're flipping, especially watching us and knowing that we're flipping from that. So I don't know, it's very subtle. You guys may not know it, but you start, the Me Too movement and all of that, women's and, the feminism and it's all smashing down at you at one point. So they just bombard you with the energy. And not that I'm not going against women at all. I love the divine feminine. Women are God. And so, but what you got to see is the agenda, what it's for. Everything in the superheroes. If you watch these superheroes, it went from a masculine dominated superheroes in the movies. Now you see every superhero is about to be changed with a woman. A woman Hulk, a woman Iron Man, a woman Hawkeye, woman Thor. So they're moving the energy to the feminine side of the game. This is just, you have to be able to peep. And where it's supposed to be the balance, and they're doing it in detriment of the masculine. It's okay to pump up the divine feminine as long as the divine masculine is also getting elevated with it. But if you want to pump up the divine feminine by lowering the divine masculine, it's not going to work. You're still at an imbalance, and your society is going to fail. So this is part of the major fuckery. Then the leader of your country is motherfucking got Campbell's soup for brains. This nigga can't remember why he walked into a room. Like, seriously, this nigga is gone. And you think that the rest of the world is not watching this shit? And like, this motherfucker, they got a retard. And retarded means slow, goddammit. Don't mean dumb or crazy. Retard means slow. But this nigga got a retarded ass nigga in the goddamn Oval Office. We can run game on this nigga all day. So this is what's going on. And you think the downfall of your country is not imminent when you have all of this shit happening. Again, it's the turmoil, the strife between people. And then let's not bring the anti-HOKEY on top of it. This is the straw that's going to break the camel's back. When you bring in the anti-HOKEY now, that's like some big-ass Jim Crow shit that's going on right now. Either you're HOKEY'd or you're not. And you far apart like this. And if you're not HOKEY'd up, they make you seem like you're a Trump follower if you don't have it. They make you seem, first of all, they make you seem like you're against it. Just because you don't take it doesn't mean you're against it. That just means you might be pro-choice. Like, nigga, I just want to choose what I want to do with my body. That don't mean I'm against it. That don't mean I'm for it. That don't mean I'm against it. I just want to do what the fuck I want to do with my body. But the media's not making it seem like that. They're calling niggas who don't do it your Trump supporters, your Trump followers. They're literally they're taping you they're stapling your ass to Trump if you don't do it, which creates this whole mentality because Trump was such this supposed racist, super racist ass president that they pumped up and made everybody hate for 4 years. Now you gonna be like this. And what happens when a society's like this? What's gonna bring you niggas back together? What's gonna bring anybody? What's gonna make the citizens of America come together? Which is what you need when you're trying to grow, when you're trying to flourish and grow a goddamn country. You can't be strife and fighting in the country and then think your country is gonna survive. What brings you back like that? Only a catastrophic, some massive event, like a war, somebody invading your ass, fucking aliens, which is what we about to get into. I know y'all been seeing a lot of this whole alien shit has been going on for the last year or so. They've been slowly releasing alien shit. Here, alien is, boop, boop, boop. Here it is, but the Galactic Federation, the Israeli, one of the Israeli space scientists. This nigga came out on this before he died. Yeah, they've been dealing with aliens, nigga, for forever. Nigga, aliens been here forever. Trump know about it. We all know about it. It's a Galactic Federation. They don't want us to join. All of this shit came out. Go look that dude up. The Israeli space minister, space defense minister or something like that. This nigga came out last year and said all of this. So, they're putting this shit out, slowly hitting it, boom, boom, boom. Why are they doing this? Why is all of this shit happening? Again, you got all of this going on all at the same time. But then, why is getting the HOKEY so damn important right now? Why is it like more important than anything? They never forced you to get the flu HOKEY. Like they never forced you to get that for the flu. None of this, no other V's they went this hard in the paint for. They going like Shaq in the paint. y'all don't know that analogy. Go look up Shaq backing niggas down and then just smashing and dunking on niggas. Especially when he ripped their damn rim down. That's how they going against your ass for you to get this. Why are they going so hard? What is the damn reason? It makes no goddamn sense. It really doesn't make any goddamn sense. If you have it, why are you scared if I don't? There's no logic behind that. Some dude made the analogy like you need to take your Advil so that mine works. That was like, nigga, if you don't take your Advil, we both got headaches, and you don't take your Advil, that means my Advil ain't gonna work. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. There's no logic behind that whatsoever. So why are they pushing so goddamn hard on this shit? So I got a theory. It's just a theory. Just a theory. We're gonna throw it out there. Let's see what happens. Just a little theory. Let's see what happens. Let's see how it flows. So my theory is, and also I wanted to mention the couple of things before I get into my theory. The other stuff that's going on, the border crisis. If you've seen what's going on at the border, they're not showing you on TV all the tens of thousands of Haitians that they got at the border that they called there. They basically said that they put out a law that's saying if you come to the border, we're not gonna ship you out. We're not. They used to basically fly them. They used to fly them out. If you came to the border illegally, once you came over, we would ship your ass back out. They put out a law saying they're not doing that no more. Man, that shit went out to all the Haitians. Then it was like 700 Haitians basically at the border at first. Trickling in from different parts. When that news came out, they put out that text that Biden is not sending niggas back no more. That's when all the Haitians flooded in. And you got tens of thousands of Haitians at the border. It looked like a goddamn concentration camp. Y'all need to go look up the videos that are showing. Some people are going into Mexico having to go over because they basically put out a law that you can't fly because somebody took a drone. Some news companies, Fox News, had sent a drone over that area and started getting all the footage of all them damn people. What they doing to all those people got them look like, man, they look like giant slave camp. And so they basically put out a law that says you can't fly drones over that airspace. They made it federal airspace over that shit, so you can't fly drones. So some people, they walked across the Mexican border on top of that bridge. If usually in Texas where they are, you can walk across this big bridge and get into Mexico. So they stood on the bridge. They went to Mexico so they can get shots of all the goddamn Haitian refugees. And it is crazy right now. You got people bombarding your borders. Your borders ain't safe because people are just flooding in. You can't vet these people. You don't know what the hell they coming in the country with. Not to mention that you're going to have people that when they come in, the burden of those people are going to have to be on the citizens that are already here. Excuse me, citizens that are already fighting in turmoil and strife. Then they're getting ready to put out a law in California that says, Your 11-year-old, anybody 11 and up can choose to have a sex change without their parents' consent. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this shit? Where this shit is getting crazy. At 11 years old, you can decide if you want a goddamn sex change without your parents' consent. What the fuck do you know at 11 years old other than cartoons? You don't know shit. You have no idea what the fuck is going on at 11 years old. And if that's the case, how come they can't drive at 11? How come they can't drink? How come they can they do all the other shit that you can do in adults at 11? See, this is a destabilization of society. When you uproot the goddamn the foundation of what your society was built on, then that shit tumbles. Y'all gotta understand, but where you gonna be when this shit tumbles? Where you gonna be? Again, but can you keep it from tumbling? You absolutely can. You guys can learn your rights and start asserting those before the whole foundation is pulled from under you. But you niggas don't want to do that. Y'all, they got you so goddamn scared that your skin gonna melt if you go outside and somebody breathe on you, that you niggas ain't worried about no goddamn rights. You see how that shit works? It's a beautiful plan. It's a goddamn beautiful plan. If I'm fucking really being honest, these niggas, they got it. Hey, nigga, let's make. They was more. Hey, this dude. Oh, nigga. This shit is gonna work. Nigga, they wrote that shit down and they nigga, drum it up. And you niggas fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. No rights. I don't need my rights. All I need is just give me that HOKEY so I can go back to work and go to concerts and go eat in a restaurant and and I'm gonna be all right. So, but again, back to what is all this shit for? Why are they? What's the big push for? Okay, the whole alien thing that they were pushing for you. So my theory about why they pushing so hard and destabilizing all of this shit. Have any of y'all seen the X-Files? How many of y'all seen X-Files? That's some old school stuff that came out late 80s, early 90s. X-Files, Mulder and Scully. How about y'all don't know about Mulder and Scully? So X-Files, it was the division of the FBI that researched weird ass shit. Alien shit, supernatural stuff, all that type of stuff. That was the X-Files, the FBI division of the X-Files. Unknown, X for the unknown, right? Unknown files. So, in the if you go find the plot, now you don't have to go watch the whole series. I advise you do it because it's a dope ass show. And they always used to say Chris Carter, who was the producer of the show, at the end or at the beginning he would always say the truth is out there. This would be the slogan of the show. The truth is out there. So we're like, man, this show, and so this is way back when we was really into the shit back in the day. Man, we were like, man, this show is breaking this shit off. But little did we know how much. So the plot of the show, let's show you the plot of the show. But you can go to X-Files Wiki. So type in Google and you can go to X-Files Wiki. And it'll take you to the X-Files site and it'll explain the whole plot of the X-Files and what it was about. But this was what the X-Files was about, y'all. Now, stop me if you'd heard this before. So the X-Files was about the Illuminati, the elite rich people of the world. What happened was in the 60s, some aliens came down and basically wanted to use humans in experiments, basically because the aliens were going to colonize the planet, right? They were coming to colonize the planet, but they wanted to use some humans in experiments to create a hybrid race of people so that they can, the planet would be more habitable for them when they came here. Really what they were creating was they wanted to create a hybrid race of slaves that when they came and colonized, that they would run everything. And they made a deal with the Illuminati that the Illuminati wouldn't be part of the slave class when they came. They would be, they would have to get their, so basically they were basically trying to splice their DNA with humans. They were creating this hybrid, splicing their DNA with humans. And so the Illuminati, even though they would have to splice their DNA, they wouldn't be this part of the slave class who the aliens who were trying to subjugate and trying to create. So this is the whole plot. This is the whole plot of the story. How did they do it? They was doing it through HOKEYs. Gene therapy. It was called gene therapy. They were splicing the DNA in the show of the aliens through. So again, and so what happened was the Illuminati, they created an anti thing, so they would take it and the aliens' DNA wouldn't affect them. So they were trying. So at the same time, they had a deal with the aliens, but they were trying to figure out how to get over on the aliens at the same time. So this is the whole shit. This is the whole plot, that they were trying to splice the DNA, create this hybrid race of people for when they came back. Now, I don't know if you guys just saw in the news, they just talking about Planet X. Planet X is back in the news. They were talking about, they're tracking it right now. Planet X, for all you don't know, going back into the ancient history, Planet X is what the Sumerians say that the Anunnaki, the people who created us, who came from Anunnaki, means those who came from Saturn. So Planet X was supposed to be the planet that they came from, but it's really Nibiru. It's supposed to be a ship that's as big as a planet, and it circles or travels around our solar system every 3,600 years. It comes back around. So supposedly we're in that time now. It's been 3,600 years since they last had been here, since that place had been here. So it's supposed to be coming back. They're tracking it. Go look this shit up. Story as recent as a couple weeks ago. That one that I just saw, I read. So that's supposed to be coming back. Not only that, they're tracking another bodily planet, what they call, they don't know what it is, but it's supposed to be this heavenly body that's moved into our solar system, and they said it's the size of Mars, but they don't know what it is. So you got these two bodies, they don't know what the hell that just popped up back in our solar system. They're like, what the fuck is this? So one is Planet X. They'll call it Planet 9 now, because it was Planet X for 10, but when Pluto was supposed to be a planet, but then they downgraded Pluto, so now it's only Planet 9. But Pluto is still a planet, so don't listen to them on that bullshit. They just can't make Pluto a planet and not. The ancestors called it a planet. We're gonna call it a planet. So Nibiru was Planet 10, right? And they're tracking this shit. So then there was also some information that came out from the Pentagon. This soldier had came out from the Pentagon. Now, I can't corroborate. Like I said, I can't corroborate this, so this is theory. But according to everything I done pieced together, that they cleared out Afghanistan was because that they got reports from the Pentagon that they had cleared out Afghanistan to make way for the coming back of these extraterrestrials. Now, again, this could be some bullshit. Now, if you add up all the shit that's going on, look, I don't know what the fuck is going on or not. I just piece shit together. I just connect dots. I don't make any assertions. I'm just looking at, in the X-Files, they showed this shit 30, wait, X-Files was 30 years ago. X-Files came out 30 years ago, talking about these extraterrestrials came to colonize the planet, and they needed to splice their genes with the humans to create this hybrid race of slaves that they needed to use when they came to colonize the planet, right? 30 years ago they did this. Now you see all everything that we're talking about now. Why are extraterrestrials in the news so goddamn much right now? You're hearing everything about them. Now all of a sudden, all the governments knew about this shit. Everybody knew. Again, you can make your own damn distinctions, but make sure you go and look at the X-Files and see how they were doing it. How they put the alien DNA in the HOKEYs. Go look at that. So I'm just looking at how hard they're pushing. How hard this is a full court press on you. And then I look at the X-Files and I'm like, this shit is kind of super similar to what was going on in that damn show. And that show was one of the biggest shows in the world 30 years ago. Y'all better go back and look at that shit. Especially you youngsters who don't know about it. That show was major. It was fucking major in the world. So I just kind of looked at that. I was like, those two things kind of look alike. But you know, we never ever know. So again, that like we're talking about, you know, the X-Files and who they were dealing with. It was kind of like uh, a galactic kind of federation when you understood how these Illuminati cats were working with these extraterrestrials. The government knew, and as well right now, there's a reason. What they say is where they all hub and meet is in Antarctica, which is why no one can go to Antarctica. No one in the world, no country in the world, they've all agreed that that's a no-fly zone. Why did every country in the world create a pact, an agreement? Every modern country who can go there, create a pact that's a no-fly zone. But then go look up your stories about what's supposed to be in there. So again, this is all just connecting dots to me. Again, we do symbolism. We do the symbolism, and then we bring it back. But this right here is, you have to understand, you know, the major push of why they're doing this. Again, we have to ask the question, why are they doing this? What the hell is the major push for? And again, it's going to be your choice. You can do what the hell you want to do, but you see all the information that's out there about what's going on. And the only way that you're going to be able to subvert this truly, though, is for you to know your rights. That's truly, this the only, y'all don't get, again, America may seem like a piece of shit country because of how it's run, but y'all don't understand that there's no other country like that. It may be a piece of shit, but it's your piece of shit. You got the best piece of shit out of all the other pieces of shit. Just so you know. No, so no other country, no citizens have the type of power in any other country that you do. This is why a lot of other countries hate your ass. They not hate you, but they envy America, because this people, the power of the government is with the people. It truly is, if you know how to utilize it. If you don't, you have no power. And this is why they sit on us, they hate on us, because they be like, look, nigga, y'all got all the power in the world that we don't got, which is why you see them niggas just be marching in the street all the goddamn time. All we got to do is get motherfucking legislators to write the right laws by voting them in and voting them out. That's all you got to do with these niggas. They're really to get them to do shit. Hey, nigga, you don't write the law we want you to write, nigga, you out of here. It's as easy as that, but we don't understand that. We don't know government. We don't know any of that shit. So, you know, we're left at a detriment from not knowing the law. And this is why you know we got the Know Your Rights Foundation. This is why we created the Know Your Rights Foundation. The very reason, you know, the main reason actually was, you know, because we don't know our rights dealing with the popo out on the street, traffic stops and Terry stops, which are police stops on foot. But just majorly around the whole thing, if you're not aware of your rights, you don't have any. Do y'all understand that? If you are not aware of your rights, you don't have any. Just like if you don't know you have money, you don't have none. If you hungry, if you starving your motherfucking ass off, you ain't ate, nigga, in 5 days. You got $100 bill. Let's say you got $100 bill in your shoe. You got $100 bill in your shoe. You've been starving for 5 days. If you don't know that $100 bill is in your shoe, you still ain't got no money. That's what it is with your rights. If y'all don't get that, I can't explain it to you any better. I just cannot. So make sure y'all get on over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. Make sure you get your rights. There's a lot of pages where we explain your constitutional rights, your rights dealing with the popo. You know, you can donate, help us get these packages out. That's the other reason we created this, so we can get these law packages out to the people. Y'all know how we go. Know Your Rights Foundation book.org. And this is the public official bonds book with our logo on the back. And this is just one of the logos. We have another logo with this bird. And somebody sent me a message saying our bird needed some work. Girl, you tripping. Whoever that was, you are tripping. Our damn logo is fire. You looking at it through a camera that's depixelated and distorted. Girl, this thing is off the chain. You better get out of here. I know you're trying to be helpful, but our logo is off the chain, girl. Just to let you know. We got the fire, flaming fire right there. Look at that thing. Look at that phoenix bringing back the universe. What you talking about? So get on over there, and y'all already know. Where's mine? Y'all already know how it go. This is the constitutional rights cards right here, explaining those rights that you have, your constitutional rights. Y'all need to be getting these and studying this because it comes with a study. It comes with a study guide or a study page. You can learn this. This has on the back what will happen to the police officers when they violate your constitutional rights. That you will file a lien on their police insurance or their police bond. This right here, qualified immunity card, showing them that they don't get qualified immunity when they violate your rights. They knowingly violate your rights. This is right here on the back, letting them know the law cases that says that, and the state laws that says that. And this right here is the notice that comes with that. These are all the Supreme Court cases that state they don't get qualified immunity. Like, nah, homie, you think you get qualified immunity? These cases say nah. Right here. So these two things go together right here. But you actually give the police officer all three of these at a police stop. This is what you would want to do if you don't know your rights well enough to explain them. Even when you do know your rights well enough to explain them, you can give them this card and say, I don't answer questions. And you can be quiet and make sure that the police officer explains to you why they pulled you over first in the first place, because it's unlawful or illegal for them to pull you over without a reason. And just start asking for your ID and registration if they don't give you a reason why they did it. So make sure that you always get a reason for them pulling you over. Don't be telling them, and don't let them say, well, I'll tell you after you give me your license and registration. When you say no, Delaware versus Prowse, Supreme Court case Delaware versus Prowse said you just can't pull me over to ask me for my license and registration without probable cause. So you need to tell me the reason first. Then, if it's a lawful reason, you can get my ID, you can get my driver's license and registration. So this is what knowing the law will do for y'all. Again, if you don't know, you can't do. But when you know, you can do. So have this right here. And here it is right here. Again, this is the public official bonds book that shows you how to get a lien, place a claim on that police insurance or police bond. It's actually not police insurance. I keep saying police insurance because it's sponsored by an insurance company, but it's not police insurance. The difference between insurance and a bond is that on the insurance, when you get insurance for your car, if you get in an accident, you basically, the insurance company pays, for damages, whether it's to your car or to somebody else, your premium goes up, but you don't have to come out of the pocket for it. The insurance company pays, right? But that's not what happens when you place a lien or a claim on a police officer's bond. What happens is that police officer, it goes on their credit. A bond is credit. And an insurance company issues the credit to a police officer. So if the insurance company has to pay when they violate somebody's constitutional rights, that police officer has to pay the insurance company back. You don't get to you don't got to pay them all the money. Like, so if it's $100,000, $75,000, they got to pay all of that money back to the insurance company. They don't get not some of it, not half of it, all of it. Or it goes on their credit. And a lot of them put their credit up for these bonds. So this is why it messes up their credit really quick, which is why they don't want you to know about this. So when you get pulled over, the very first thing you ask a police officer, can I get your name, badge number, and police bond or surety bond number? Ask them and see how their face change when you say, I want your surety bond number or insurance number. Say both of those. Give me your surety badge, your surety bond number or insurance number, and see what happens to their face. You ain't supposed to know about that stuff. That stuff, that's internal stuff that regular citizens and even mostly even lawyers don't know about filing bonds on the police officer, because they would do it if they did. So this is how you get back at them. All right. And so be able to study while you're doing that. Police stop flashcards. Now this is volume 1. We got volume 2 coming out next week. We ain't stopping. We got deck number 2 coming out next week. Damn right. This is a lot of shit for y'all to know. So another deck of 40 questions and answers are coming out next week. Police stop flashcards. You can get with your kids 20, 30 minutes a day. Every other day. Make sure they got this information, because they are the prey when they walk out on the streets from the popo. Because they know that just most melanated adults don't know their rights. So if you don't know your rights, your kids obviously don't know their rights. So let me just pounce on them first. And this is where a lot of their, arrest and And their quota, they fill in their quotas come from getting on the youngsters. So we got to get them early. We got to get them learning this goddamn law. How dope would it be if they roll up on a 16-year-old who looks like he's 20 and he start busting the police officer in the ass with this law? And then if you got it on tape, how many other youngsters would that help out? Would that motivate to start learning their rights? This is why we got to start teaching them young. They're not too young to learn this shit. They're blank canvases. They can learn all of this stuff easily. Actually, even easier than you can if you're an adult. They can learn this. So let's get them on it. There's no excuses for not learning this right now. You are in the most volatile time of America right now, especially with learning your rights, because they're trying to take them from you. They know they created a system on how to take your rights from you. Excuse me, and they're doing it. They just going through the corporation. They say, oh, okay, they got rights we can't take. All right, well, we'll just funnel it through the corporate stream, and then all your rights are gone. So now government and corporations are linked, which is the true definition of fascism. This is where you're living in a fascist state, which is why you got people coming around and say, fuck your freedoms. And when has that been a fucking thing in America when they say fuck your freedoms? Fuck your freedoms? No, nigga. That means when you say that on one thing, that means fuck all your freedoms. So anybody who's saying that because you ain't got hokeyed up, that karma's coming back. That karma's coming back. You can't say fuck your freedoms over here and then not fuck your freedom over there. That don't work. All of this energy that they're putting out of not giving a shit about people's freedoms and shit like that, that karma has to be paid. So again, man, what's going to happen to bring either you're going to explode or they're going to have some type of massive event to bring us all together. Like, hey, niggas, aliens. And then everybody going to be scared as shit. And then and even like, nigga, you going to start huddling up with the nigga closer to you because you aliens is out there. So again, you don't know what's going to happen. But when you have a divide this big, something super catastrophic or binding, solidifying has to happen. So whatever it is, it's going to be an invasion or or whatever the fuck it is, something massive has to happen to bring the people back under the unity umbrella. And we don't know what the fuck that's going to be. But if the people stay like this, the country's down. But you don't have to be down with it. You need to start getting that financial information, getting your laws, because the laws ain't going nowhere unless you let them. The country America may not be the biggest country, baddest country in the world no more. That doesn't mean it's going to fucking dissolve in the dust. It's still going to be here, and it's still going to have laws and rights and shit like that. But at that point, it'll be a lot easier for you to start mashing out when America's not this big, bad, bully giant in the world no more. So prepare yourself. Start learning this shit. Get your game up, man. Sharpen your shit. Because I promise you, when this shit happens, you are going to be the top of the food chain. The people who understand and know these laws. So, again, you can get that police stop law package from the knowyourrightsfoundation.org, or you can, if you want the Great Book of Melanin research with it, then you go to Reelnagas.com, and then you get the police stop law package for free. But make sure that you show some love to the knowyourrightsfoundation.org, because we're using that money to print up a lot more of these and send them out to people who can really use them and get massive, what's the word I'm looking for? Publicity. That's not the word, but just visualizate, making it visual, making people understand that this is out here. So getting it out to the masses. So again, if you want the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy, go to Reelnagas.com. You get the police stop law package for free. If you just want the police stop law package, go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. You should be doing that anyway. Go there, donate, volunteer, do whatever you got to do. But man, so again, y'all, 17 pounds. I didn't see the pounds. Appreciate you, whoever donated, man. I appreciate you. Everybody who donated on the super chat, man, thank y'all, man. It's been out for a couple weeks, so it's been a little crazy. They've been trying to hold your brother down. They got a special eye on my channel apparently, because the video that they took down wasn't even a video I had made recently. It was like a video I did 3 weeks ago. Now it's been a month and a half ago, but it was a video I had did 3 weeks previously, and they went back and started looking at my shit and was like, oh. and took the video down. So again, it's gonna have to be, my lingo on here is gonna be a lot different. The stuff that I have to bring you is going to be, the way I bring it to you is going to be a little different because, you know, when it's on that. When it's on that, because they don't want anybody talking, they don't want anybody saying shit about that adversely. You can talk, you can pump it up all day. If I was telling y'all to run and go get them, to go get it, I could say that all day. But, you know, do your own study. Again, it's your choice, but you got to make sure you have informed consent. Okay? Make sure you make your decision off of informed consent. That's the only way for you to be positive and sure. But until then, make sure you go out there and get you some cards. Make sure you get your police stop law package, get your law up. And if you wanted to truly get out of this, the status classes, you got to change your status. So you got to go to patreon.com/Reelnagas and sign up for the status classes. This is where you truly change your status. Once you're out of the jurisdiction, remember, you're dealing with a corporation. If you get out of the corporation, if you sever those contracts with the corporation can't enforce policy on you. It's as simple as that. So, but you got to learn those laws in order to be able to execute that law. So get on over to patreon.com/Reelnagas. That's where the status classes are. Also, the police stop law classes that we hold every Sunday for about a couple hours. So every Sunday, you know, if you want to sign up to that level, you can just watch the police stop law classes, or if you can sign up to the high levels for the status classes. Status classes are just on there. You can watch them whenever you want, you know, at your own leisure, over and over again. And if you sign up to the highest level on Patreon, then I give you the paperwork for free because I need you to know the law more than I need the money from it. So I'm not going to sell you the paperwork at the highest level as long as you're able to explain it to me. That's how it goes. I don't just give you paperwork. I've sent money back when people just bought the paperwork. I sent that money right damn back because, again, I need you to know the law. I need 1 million Johnny Cochrans. Straight up. I need 1 million Johnny Cochrans. Greatest lawyer in American history right there. We need 1 million of them. So y'all ready to do that? Get on over and let's do it. All right. I'm out of here, about to find me some food. Y'all know how it goes. Again, get over to Reelnagas.com, get some merch, get the great book of Melanin Research, get the police stop law packages with this. If you want to just buy the law package, go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. We got to blow this up. This is going to be the organization that takes us to the top, baby, in the next phase of whatever the fuck America's going to be. A name with Know Your Rights Foundation can only succeed. All right, so let's do it. We're going to bring t-shirts to you, too. We're going to actually have some t-shirts on knowyourrightsfoundation.org in a minute. We got about 15, 20 designs already made up, so we're about to push them out there. We're going to need y'all to start wearing them and get that information out. But until then, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all, man, and I'm back. Got to cut my lingo up a little bit so that my channel don't get cut off, but, you know, we're going to figure it out. All right? Appreciate y'all. I'm out. Deuces.